That punch, I've landed that a number of times. Other fighters can take it. The heavyweight champion of the world couldn't.
Daniel Cormier is the UFC heavyweight champion.
You see the power is serious.
The long view of history is a series of short stories, pieces of a puzzle that, assembled, help us understand it all. How the great ones rose, where they came from, and how they endure. What they fought for, what they did to survive, how they changed perception, why they believed when no one else did, and how they forged a lasting legacy. If you thought you knew UFC history, this is the whole story in 25 parts. UFC 25 years in short.
Saturday, before the big boys battle for the belt, the prelims are on FS1, where Jason Knight and Jordan Rinaldi look to make a Madison Square moment. Plus, Sijara Eubanks and Roxanne Modafferi look to settle the score. UFC 230 prelims, Saturday at 7 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
You never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water?
Cormier is the UFC heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable!
The Black Beast.
Chris Weidman is a monster. Jacare is one of the very best in the world at jiu-jitsu. Boom, that one on the chin. Oh! That's it. What a fight!
UFC fans, we'd like to welcome you to the weigh-in for UFC 230, Cormier versus Lewis. Tomorrow night, one of the best to ever do it, Daniel Cormier, puts one of his 2 UFC championships on the line against the heavy-handed hopeful Derek the Black Beast Lewis. Also on tap in the co-main event, one of New York State's finest, Chris Weidman, looks to state his case for a middleweight title shot against perennial contender Jacare Souza. We would like to thank our UFC sponsors, Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Metro PCS, bringing you knockout coverage of the UFC on a pound-for-pound strong network that covers 99% of people in the US. Harley Davidson, when you fire up an HD motorcycle, adrenaline kicks in and refuses to tap out. Check it out at h-d.com/explore. And Body Armor. Body Armor Sports Drink provides superior hydration for today's athletes. More electrolytes, more vitamins, better sports drink. Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC. We would also like to send a special welcome to our UFC Fight Club members joining us today here in New York City. We hope to see all of you once again tomorrow night for the live action at Madison Square Garden. And now for the call of the weigh-in for UFC 230. Here is Joe Rogan.
What's up, New York? Welcome to the weigh-ins. How about a nice round of applause for Ariane, Brittany, Luciana, Chrissy, Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, the matchmakers. Where's Dana White? There he is, Dana White. Without him, none of this would be possible. Let's kick things off, ladies and gentlemen, in the heavyweight division, live on UFC Fight Pass. Adam Vicharek versus Marco Rogerio de Lima. Official weight 253 for Mr. de Lima. And his opponent, Adam Official weight, 232. Ladies and gentlemen, Marco Rogerio de Lima versus Adam Vitorek. Next, we move to the bantamweight division. Brian Kelleher versus Montel Jackson. The next fight takes place in the featherweight division. Shane Burgos versus Kurt Holloway. Official weight, 145 for Mr. Holloway. And his opponent, Shane Burgos. Official weight, 145.5 for Hurricane Shane. Kurt Holloway and Shane Burgos, ladies and gentlemen. Next fight is a feature bout on UFC Fight Pass. In the lightweight division, Matt Fravola versus Lando Venata. Official weight, 155.5 for Groovy Lando. And his opponent, Matt Fravola. Official weight, 155.5 for the Steamroller. Matt Fravola and Lando Venata, ladies and gentlemen, live on UFC Fight Pass. Next, we move to the FS1 prelims. We kick things off in the welterweight division. Lyman Good versus Killer B. Ben Saunders. Official weight, 170.5 for Mr. weight 170 for Mr. Good. That's a fantastic fight to kick things off on FS1, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Saunders and Lyman Good. The next fight takes place in the featherweight division. Julio Arce versus Shayman Moraes. Official weight 146 for Mr. Moraes. And his opponent, Julio Arce. Official weight 145 for Mr. Arce. Shayman Moraes and Julio Arce, ladies and gentlemen. The next fight takes place in the women's flyweight division. Shajara Eubanks versus Roxanne Modafferi. Official weight 125 for the Happy Warrior. And her opponent, Shajara Eubanks. Official weight 127.2. Miss Eubanks has missed weight. Roxanne Modafferi versus Shajara Eubanks. The next fight is the feature bout on the prelims in the featherweight division. Jason Knight versus Jordan Rinaldi. Official weight 146 for Mr. Rinaldi. And his opponent, Jason the Kid Knight. Official weight 146.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
Jordan Rinaldi and Jason Knight, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we move to the main card, live on pay-per-view. We kick things off in the middleweight division. Derek Brunson versus Israel Adesanya. Official weight 185 for the style bender. And his opponent, Derek Brunson. Official weight 186 for Mr. Brunson. Official weight 185.5 from Mr. Marshman. And his opponent, Carl Robertson. Official weight 184.5. Jack Marshman and Carl Robertson, ladies and gentlemen. The next fight also takes place in the middleweight division. David Branch versus Jared Cannonier. Official weight 184.5 for Mr. Cannonier. And his opponent, David Branch. Official weight 185.5 for New York own David Branch. That's a hell of a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Cannonier and David Branch. Next we move to the co-main event of the evening. Chris Weidman versus Jacare Souza. Official weight 185.5 for Jacare. And his opponent, the former middleweight champion of the world, Chris, the All-American Weidman. Official weight 186 for the former champion. That is a fantastic fight, ladies and gentlemen. Jacare versus Chris Weidman. Now let's take a closer look at the two men involved in the main event of the evening.
Without a doubt, Daniel Cormier will be the best fighter Derek Lewis has ever faced in his life. In fact, he's one of the best fighters that's ever fought in MMA, period.
The difference between me at heavyweight and light heavyweight is just I don't go through those weight cuts that depletes me, and I think it takes away a lot of what I can do in the octagon. You know, being at heavyweight has allowed me to keep my power.
Never before has a UFC light heavyweight champion moved up to challenge the active heavyweight champion. That is our reality in Las Vegas tonight. Oh! Cormier knocks Miocic down! It's UFC history! Daniel Cormier is the UFC heavyweight champion!
The one thing that will separate me in terms of double champions is I can be the first one to defend both titles because I've defended the light heavyweight title 3 times.
And there's the tap, and still, Daniel Cormier has done it!
And if I'm able to beat Derek Lewis, I will have defended the heavyweight championship. I'm in the conversation for the greatest fighter of all time. I think that'll show on November 3rd.
I believe the UFC approached me about this Cormier fight is because they sick of him. They want somebody to get rid of him, so they called me in for the job.
Derek Lewis brings two very important things to every fight: knockout power and incredible heart.
Nice down goes Gonzaga, he's out!
Derek Lewis has been hurt and hurt bad in several fights and come back to win.
We are down 2 rounds, most important fight of your life. I need you to turn this up.
Oh! There it is! Volkov trying to survive! Volkov's out! The Black Beast!
Doesn't matter if we late in the 3rd round, the last few seconds in the 5th round. That knockout power is always there, and I'm always looking for it.
If you got a puncher's chance to win a fight against me, you don't have much of a chance at all. Derek Lewis has to knock me out to win. I can box him up. I can take him down and beat him in the grappling. I can submit him. There are a number of ways for me to win this fight.
Don't ever underestimate me. You for sure will see a finish in this fight, like you seen in my last one. You will see the Black Beast come out of me.
I'm gonna go to take his head off. November 3rd, you hear and still.
Introducing the challenger, Derek Lewis! Official weight, 264.5 for the Black Beast! And his opponent, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC heavyweight champ of the world, Daniel Cormier! Official weight, 251 for the champion! I'm here with the challenger, Derek Lewis. Derek, this is obviously the biggest fight of your career, a gigantic moment. Give us your thoughts on what tomorrow night means to you.
I'm gonna bang his ass up.
Good luck to you, sir. Derek Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the champ. DC, this is a short notice fight for you. Give us your thoughts on what it means to defend your title.
I will be the first guy to win 2 titles at the same time and defend both of those championships. Hey, Derek Lewis has been impressive to this point, but there's a different level to fighting when you stand across the octagon from the greatest fighter of all time. I'm the champ, I'm the GOAT. I'm Daniel Cormier. Come watch me tomorrow.
Daniel Cormier, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all. We'll see you all tomorrow night.
The heavyweight championship is upon us.
In an excellent fight between 2 of the best in the 185-pound division.
Legends are made at Madison Square Garden. Daniel Cormier, one of the greatest of all time.
Derek Lewis is a heavy-handed knockout artist. Chris Weidman is a monster. He's got nasty power, but Jacare is a dangerous talent.
What a night of fights.
Get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water?
Cormier is the UFC heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable!
The Black Beast.
Chris Weidman is a monster. Jacare is one of the very best in the world at jiu-jitsu. Boom, that one on the chin. Oh! That's it. What a fight!
a series of short stories, pieces of a puzzle that, assembled, help us understand it all. How the great ones rose, where they came from, and how they endure. What they fought for, what they did to survive, why they believed when no one else did, and how they forged a lasting legacy. If you thought you knew UFC history, this is the whole story in 25 parts. UFC 25 Years in Short.